Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 358 of bulking to 75 kilos with calisthenics only, and today we hit 10,000 subscribers. Holy moly, guacamole! I did not expect it to happen this soon, but thank you very much. I don't understand how any of you are able to watch this content, but I'm glad that you do, and I hope you will continue doing so in the remainder of the bulk, but also, the challenges going forward, of course. I'll perhaps do something like I'll put out a post. These videos are like recorded a week in advance, but I'll put out like a post for a little Q&A or something. I think it seems like fun, and well, the last time I did a Q&A I had like 2,000 subscribers, so perhaps there will be a bit more questions this time. But yeah, thank you very much. Let's just get on with the training. So when it comes to challenges, today we have one as well. It's the end of the bulk, so a few of them will be approaching, but for today, it's hamstrings, and I want to get 5 sets of 10 reps with a Nordic curl. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Like, I'm completely in the dark, like 50-50. If I feel good today, it might happen, but I might just bomb out as well completely. But anyway, there is only one way to find out, and that is just to get to it, You can leave yourself in the dark, right? If you have some burning question, if you have some challenge that you don't know how it will go, the only way to really get to know the outcome is to go out there and do it, Don't put it off, don't postpone it, don't let yourself live in the possibility of perhaps I can do it, but rather go out there and do it and find the answer, because even if you fail, it might hurt for a little bit, but afterwards you're going to be able to get better from it. So today there is nothing to lose in trying, in just giving it my all for this challenge. 5 sets of 10 reps. It's dark outside, it's raining. It's not the ideal conditions, but it's all about the mindset. If I have the correct mindset, I can turn it into an advantage. So let's just get outside and see what happens. Okie dokie, boys and girls, set number 1 is done, and the rain is just getting started, but I've already done set 1. I felt super strong during the warm-up and during the first set as well, so I can't miss this opportunity, but it's gonna be, it's gonna suck quite a lot. You can see I'm already fucking drenched, and it's only gonna get worse, but 4 sets left. I was feeling pretty good on the first one, even though I forgot to put the towel after my heels, so it hurt quite a lot, but I feel like today I can do it, so I'm just gonna take the circumstances and move on ahead. Ideal conditions, although you would like them, you can't always ask for them, so I'm just gonna take it as it is and try my best. That's what it's all about. If I can do 50 Nordic curls in these conditions, I guess the good side of it, right, of the advantage of it is that I'm gonna feel even happier and even more satisfied once I'm done. So let's go. Fucking hell. One more set. Oh. Yes! Oh, fuck. Alright, in the end, the rain cleared up a little bit. I guess after rainfall, you'll always get sunshine, but holy fuck. 5 sets of 10, not the best form, obviously, I know that, but fucking, this was challenging. And this, if I just look back, fuck, 1 year, I'm so happy with the progress. Let's get inside for the remainder of the workout. Alright, that's it for the Nordic curls, and now we can move on to exercise number 2. I'm a bit more dry already, although very happy that I can get back inside to train. So exercise number 2 is gonna be the hip extensions. Lately, I've been doing them with just body weight, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing today, because I feel like the high rep stuff, you know, not like on the push-up as well, right, but on these hip extensions too, I just feel like you do the high rep, it gives you a good pump, it gives you a good stimulus in whatever muscle you're targeting. So in this case, the glutes and the hamstrings, without really putting a strain on the rest of your body. So my lower back is fine, everything else in my legs is fine, and I'm just pumped as hell at the end. So very nice. And basically whatever you do in your training, aim to improve upon it, aim to train harder than last time, which is what I'm gonna do as well. Last time I got 3 sets of 30 and then 1 set of, I don't know, 24 or something. So, you know, the goal is of course 5 sets of 50, or no, 5 sets of 30. That's the goal. And I'm just gonna chase that, you know, I'm gonna aim to get 5 sets of 30. If I get it, great. If not, well, then I succeeded in hitting failure. So let's go. Okie dokie, so that's it for today's training, and well, I guess this is a bit of a surprise. On set number 2, I already failed on rep number 24, which is way worse than last time, but I guess the 50 Nordic curls will have something to say about that, because those were super intense, like holy damn. But I'm glad I did them, you know. Maybe the circumstances weren't ideal, you know. Of course, I was feeling energetic, but the rain certainly didn't help. But I got it done anyway, and you know, when it comes to trying new stuff, challenging new things, getting stuff done that you have to do, right? I tend to wait a lot, you know. I tend to just sit in a corner and wait for the ideal moment, but it doesn't come around. And lately I've been trying to change that, you know. In the recent year or two, I've been trying to change it, and oftentimes, like, you don't regret it, right? Or I should say, you never regret it, and oftentimes you get a result better than you expected, because, you know, I started my first bulk 2 years ago after a shoulder injury. Not the ideal moment. I challenged a 50-kilometer run on like 40 kilometers of weekly running, right? It was not ideal, right? I wasn't prepared. But oftentimes those challenges turn into something like better than you could ever expect, because guess what, even if your situation isn't ideal, you're a human, you know, and humans have one of the best abilities in the world, which is adaptability. You know, we can adapt to situations. So if you just throw yourself into something, oftentimes you will adapt, you will find new things, you will find ways to survive, find ways to do what you have to do, and then, you know, you get to an outcome that you couldn't have even foreseen before you started, you know. And, you know, often that's just what I want to say. It's better to, you know, regret doing something than to regret doing nothing at all, because even like the only way that you're not going to be left by questions or with questions is if you do something and then, well, you fail or you succeed, but at least you know that you tried and you gave it your all. There is no regret in, you know, giving it your all and then failing, right? As long as you gave your all, you can't blame yourself. You can't blame anyone else who fails but tried his best. And yeah, that's very important. So that's gonna be the final talk for today's video. I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to myself. You know, I don't do this to perfection. I try to do my best to do, you know, to take more action, but of course, I don't do this to perfection myself yet. But hey, as long as we're aware that we can still improve, then we are on the right track. And I guess if there was nothing to improve anymore, life would be very boring. So I'm gonna leave it at that. That's it for today's training. Very happy with how it went. Very happy that you're all watching. I'll see you tomorrow for a push day.